Hi everyone, welcome to SJ Infinity Max. Today we are going to start with question number 4 of exercise 1.5. Question number 4 consists of 12 questions. We are going to solve each one of them now. And the question is, find the nth derivative of the following. We are going to find the nth derivative of the given function. So far we have solved first order derivative, second order derivative only. Now we will be solving with the nth order derivative. See, finding the nth derivative of a function is really a difficult task. So what we are going to do, we will be finding the first order derivative, second and the third one. Using that 3, we are going to observe a similar pattern followed. Then using that, we are going to find the nth derivative of the given function. So let us start now. Okay, look at our first question. We have y equal to ax plus b raised to m. Now we are going to find the first order derivative first. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to, this is something of the form x raised to n. So the derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. Therefore, this will be m into ax plus b raised to n minus 1. Now differentiate again with respect to x. So that we get our d square y upon dx square. Therefore, d by dx of dy by dx, that is d square y upon dx square, is equal to, okay, m as it is. Now consider ax plus b raised to m minus 1, which is similar to x power n. Derivative of x power n is n into x raised to n minus 1. So here our n is m minus 1. Write m minus 1 ax plus b raised to m minus 1 minus 1. And here we have to find the derivative of ax plus b also, that is a. Derivative of x is 1. A into 1 is a and derivative of b is 0. So multiplied by a. See, already we have an a. Again we will get an a, that is a into a. This will be a square. This is equal to a m ax plus b raised to m minus 1, and this is a square m into m minus 1 ax plus b raised to m minus 2. So now we have calculated dy by dx, d square y upon dx square. Now we have to find d cube y upon dx cube. That is, we have to differentiate d square y upon dx square again. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, d by dx of d square y upon dx square is equal to d cube y upon dx cube. In the similar way, we have to find the derivative again. See, now a square, we have a square, right, as it is, m as it is, m minus 1 as it is. Now we are going to find the derivative of ax plus b raised to m minus 2. That will be m minus 2 ax plus b m minus 2 minus 1 and multiplied with a. Now we can write it in a simplest form, that is a cube m into m minus 1 m minus 2 ax plus b raised to m minus 3. Okay. This will go on up to d raised to ny upon dy raised to n. Now let us calculate d power ny upon dx raised to n. So let dy by dx be your equation number 1. square y upon dx square your equation number 2 and d cube y upon dx cube your equation number 3. See, in equation number 1 we have a raised to 1. In the second one a square, in the third one a cube. That is the nth derivative also we will get a power n. 1, 2, 3 and so on up to a power n. So write a power n. See, now our a part is complete. That is, we have written our a part. Now come to the m. This is m. Then we have m into m minus 1. Then m into m minus 1, m minus 2. Let us write that first. So this is m, m minus 1, m minus 2. Now we have to find what will come for the nth derivative. See, this m can be written as m minus 0. Here it is starting from 0. This is 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So we cannot write up to n. It will be one number less than n. That is, we are going to write n minus 1. Hope you are following me. Here the number is not starting from 1. It is starting from m minus 0. So we have to follow this pattern. So there will be m minus n minus 1. And see here, this n minus 1 should be in bracket. So our n part is complete. Now we have ax plus b raised to m minus 1. Then ax plus b raised to m minus 2, m minus 3 and so on. For the first derivative we are having 1. Second derivative 2. Third derivative 3. So the nth derivative it will be n. So we will get ax plus b raised to m minus n. So this is our nth derivative, that is d power ny upon dx raised to n. Further we can simplify this. See, this part m into m minus 1, m minus 2 up to m minus n minus 1 can be written in the factorial form. Hope all you know what is the factorial term. That is, your n factorial is n into n minus 1, n minus 2 and so on up to 3 into 2 into 1. See, whatever the number given here, it will be written in the decreasing order up to 1. For example, take 3 factorial. This will be 3 into 2 into 1. This is something of this type. Okay. So we have m in place of n, m minus 1, m minus 2 and so on. So we need this last parts. That is, up to 1 we require, but here we don't have up to 1. So we are going to multiply the numerator and denominator with the number of terms required for us. M into m minus 1, m minus 2, m minus, multiply this minus inside. So m minus n plus 1. Since we are going in the decreasing order, the next number will be one number less than this. That is m minus n. The next number will be one number less than this. That is m minus n minus 1. So on up to 3, 2 and 1. And write this ax plus b raised to m minus n. So we have multiplied with m minus n, m minus n minus 1 and this term in the numerator. So copy the same to the denominator. M minus n, m minus n minus 1 up to 3 into 2 into 1. Okay. So that our numerator can be written as m factorial. So this is a power n, m factorial, ax plus b raised to m minus n upon, and this can be written as m minus n factorial. Start with this number. So again this can be simplified to m factorial a raised to n, ax plus b raised to m minus n upon m minus n factorial. Okay. So this is your answer for nth derivative. But in the book they have given 3 cases regarding the answer for this. So let us see how to go with the 3 cases now. But the answer is this. But you cannot stop the answer here because this is a general form, not the actual answer. So here we are going to take some cases for m and n. Here consider the m always positive and sometimes n positive, sometimes n negative and sometimes both are equal. That are our 3 cases. Let us go through that cases now. So this is our nth derivative and these are our 3 cases. We are going to consider our n to be greater than 0 because m factorial, that is our factorial number, is taken only for the positive numbers, not for the negative numbers. Moreover, our m cannot be less than n. Okay, it should be equal to n or it should be more than n. So for the first case, we have m is greater than 0 and m is greater than n. For example, if you take m as 5, n will be 4. That is one number less, or 3, 2 and so on. So for this case, we can write the derivative as it is. It will work. M factorial a power n ax plus b raised to m minus 1 m minus n m minus n factorial. Okay. This you can apply for any m greater than 0 and m greater than n. For example, suppose if I take m equal to 4 and n equal to 3. 4 is greater than 0 and 4 is greater than 3. Therefore, d cube y upon dx raised to n is equal to 4 factorial a cube ax plus b raised to 4 minus 1 is 4 minus 3 upon 4 minus 3 factorial. Okay. In this way we can solve. So for m greater than 0 and m greater than 1, this formula will work. That is, the nth derivative will work. So the case for case 1, the answer is the same. Now come to the case number 2. We have m is greater than 0 but m is less than n. It is less than n. For example, take n to be 3 and m to be 2. M to be 2 and n to be 3. So we will be having 2 minus 3 factorial, which is equal to minus 1 factorial. Okay, as I said, we don't have any negative factorial. So when you solve this, the denominator will tend to infinity. So any number divided by infinity will be 0. So the answer will be 0. So this is your case number 2. Now come to case number 3. We have m equal to n. So in place of m, substitute n. Therefore, d raised to ny upon dx raised to n is equal to n factorial a raised to n ax plus b raised to n minus n upon n minus n factorial. This is equal to n factorial a raised to n a raised to x plus b raised to 0. N minus n is 0 and in the denominator 0 factorial. See, we know that 0 factorial is always equal to 1. Therefore, the answer is n factorial a raised to n and ax plus b raised to 0 will be 1 because any number raised to 0 will be 1. So your answer will be d raised to ny upon dx raised to n is equal to n factorial a power n. See, whenever you come across this type of problem in any competitive exam or any multiple choice question in the exam, you can use this case 3. If it was similar to this case 3, directly you can use the formula n factorial a raised to n. No need to solve dy by dx, d square y upon dx, d raised to ny upon dx raised to n. Directly you can write n factorial a power n whenever this is your case. That is m is positive greater than 0 and m is equal to n. A very important question. I won't say it is easy, but by practice you can get it easily done by you. Okay. So the solution is complete now. Now we can move on to our next question. Okay, now see your question number 2. Y equal to 1 upon x. Henceforth the problems we will be solving are quite easy. First, differentiate with respect to x. We are going to differentiate 3 times, then find our nth derivative. So the derivative of 1 by x will be minus 1 upon x square. Okay, we know that the derivative of 1 by x is minus 1 upon x square. If not, we can solve the other way also. This will be 1 into x raised to minus 1. Okay, or can write it directly as x raised to minus 1, which is nothing but minus 1 x raised to minus 1 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1 x raised to minus 2. Okay, either way you can solve. You can find the derivative of 1 by x directly, that is minus 1 upon x square, or else you can go with x power n, that is convert y into x raised to minus 1. So in the denominator it is 1 upon x raised to 1. When it goes to the numerator it becomes x raised to minus 1. For your better understanding, I have kept the 1 as it is, and this 1 is going to be useful while solving the other derivatives. So hope you understood the derivative here. Now calculate d square y upon dx square. Therefore d square y upon dx square is equal to minus 1 as it is. Now consider this x raised to minus 2. So the derivative will be minus 2 x raised to minus 2 minus 1, that is x raised to minus 3 is equal to minus 1 minus 2 x raised to minus 3. Now calculate d cube y upon dx square. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore d cube y upon dx raised to dx cube is equal to minus 1 as it is, minus 2 as it is. Now consider x raised to minus 3. Derivative of x raised to minus 3 is minus 3 x raised to minus 3 minus 1, which is equal to minus 1 minus 2 minus 3 x raised to minus 4. Okay. Hope the solution is clear. In the similar pattern, we are going to solve d power n raised to y upon dx raised to n. So this can be written as positive, that is 1 into 2 into x raised to minus 3. This one is negative. We have a minus 1. See, just for the pattern I have simplified this. This minus 1 I have written as minus 1 into 1 into x raised to minus 2. Let this be equation number 1. And this d square y upon dx square I have written as minus into minus is plus. So 1 into 2 into x raised to minus 3. Earlier it was 1, now it is 2. See, this is minus 1 raised to 1. Here we can write minus 1 square. Okay, because we have got 2 minus, that is minus 1 square is 1. This is the equation number 2. See equation number 3. See here, this is 1 into 2 into 3 x raised to minus 4. We have minus into minus plus, plus into minus minus. that is minus 1 raised to cube. We can write it as minus 1 raised to cube because we have 1, 2, 3. 3 minus 1, that is minus 1 raised to cube. This is our equation number 3. Now we can follow this similar pattern in d power ny upon dx raised to n. Moreover, we can take this x to the denominator. So this will be minus 1 raised to 1 into 1 upon x square. This is minus 1 square into 1 into 2 upon x cube, and this is minus 1 cube into 1 into 2 into 3 upon x raised to 4. So you can see that we have first 1, then 1 into 2, then 1 into 2 into 3, and in the nth derivative it will become 1 into 2 into 3 up to n. Okay. So we have minus 1 raised to, this power is 1, 2, 3, then here it will be n. Okay. The power of minus 1 is starting from 1, then 2, then 3, so on. So it will be coming up to n. See the next number, as I said, you have to write 1, 2, 3, so on up to n. The denominator x. See the first derivative starting with 2, not 1. That is one number more than 1. 1 plus 1. This can be written as n plus 1 because just we are changing our n. When the n was 1, we got 2. When the n was 2, we got 3, and so on. So write n plus 1. And this part can be written as n factorial. See, we are starting with n. Here it will be n minus 1, and so on, 3 to 1. So this is n factorial. So the solution is minus 1 raised to n factorial upon x raised to n plus 1. Just we followed the pattern from dy by dx up to d power ny upon dx raised to n. We have to calculate the first order properly. Then the other things will go on smoothly. Okay. Hope you followed this very simple question. Do practice it again and again to get the answer quickly, and please note it down in your notebook. Now we can move on to the third question. Okay, see the question number 3. Again a simplest question. We have y equal to e raised to ax plus b. We are going to differentiate this function 3 times. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to, we know that derivative of e power x is e power x itself. So this is e raised to ax plus b, and the derivative of ax plus b. Okay. Just now we solve the derivative of ax plus b is a. So this is a e raised to ax plus b. Now calculate d square y upon dx square. Therefore, d square y upon dx square is equal to a as it is. Again we have e raised to ax plus b. The derivative will be same, multiplied with the derivative of ax plus b, that is a. So this is equal to a square into e raised to ax plus b. Now calculate d cube y upon dx cube. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, d cube y upon dx cube is equal to a square into derivative of e power ax plus b as it is into a cube into e raised to ax plus b. Now calculate the nth derivative. Therefore, d raised to ny upon dx raised to n is equal to, so you can see that e power ax plus b is same all over, only the power of a is getting changed. Earlier it was 1, then 2, now it is 3. So in the nth derivative it will be n. A raised to n e power ax plus b. Okay, here the answer is complete. Answer is a power n e raised to ax plus b. Okay, a very easy question. Do not miss this out. Now we can move on to the next question. Okay, see this question. Y equal to a raised to px plus q, somewhat similar to question number 3. But the derivative of a raised to x is a raised to x log a. We will be using this formula over here. Here it was derivative of e power x is e power x. So let us start with this. Dy by dx will be a raised to px plus q log a into derivative of px plus q is p. Right, p. Then calculate d square y upon dx square. See p and log a as it is. Derivative of a raised to px plus q will be again the same. A raised to px plus q log a into p. This is equal to p into p square, log a into log a the whole square, and this is a raised to px plus q. Okay. Now calculate d cube y upon dx cube. See here, without calculation also we can say what will be the answer. The answer will be p cube into log a cube into a raised to px plus q. Similarly, calculate d raised to ny upon dy raised to n. dx raised to n. This will be p. Earlier it was Earlier it was 1, then 2, 3, now it will be n. And log a power is 1, then 2, then 3, now n. And a raised to px plus q as it is. Okay. So the answer for 4 is also complete now. Now we can move on to question number 5. Okay, see this question number 5, somewhat similar to 3 and 4. Derivative of log x is 1 upon x as we know. Using this formula, we are going to solve this. Again, the derivative of ax plus b will be a only. Okay. So, dy by dx is equal to 1 upon ax plus b into a. Here the power of ax plus b is 1. So this can be taken to the numerator as ax plus b raised to minus 1. Now calculate d square y upon dx square. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, d square y upon dx square is equal to a as it is. Now this is of the form x raised to n. So answer will be n into x raised to n minus 1. So this is minus 1 into ax plus b raised to minus 1 into a, which is equal to a square into minus 1 into ax plus b raised to minus 2. Now calculate d cube y upon dy cube. So here the power will be 1. Therefore, d cube y upon dx cube is equal to a square as it is minus 1 as it is. Here we will get minus 2 into ax plus b raised to minus 2 minus 1 into a, which is equal to a cube into minus 1 into minus 2 ax plus b raised to minus 3. Now let us calculate d raised to ny upon dx raised to n. You can see that the minus is following everywhere, that is the minus 1 is following everywhere, but in the first question we do not have any minus. Okay, so we have to take one number less. In question number 2 we have taken minus 1 raised to n, but here we will be taking minus 1 raised to n minus 1. And see here we have a power 1, a power 2, a power 3. So the answer will be a power n, then minus 1 raised to n minus 1. Similarly, we have 1 here, 1 into 2, then we will be having 1 into 2 into 3 up to n minus 1, because in the first derivative we don't have any 1. So this is n minus 1 factorial. Okay. If it was starting from the first derivative itself, we have written n factorial. And this is ax plus b raised to, it was 1 from the beginning, so write minus n. So the answer is minus 1 raised to n minus 1, n minus 1 factorial, a raised to n, and take this ax plus b raised to n to the denominator. Okay, so the answer is complete now. Now we can move on to the question number 6. Okay, the question number 6 is y equal to cos x. This question is not similar to question number 3, 4 and 5, but it is an easy question. Find dy by dx first. Differentiate with respect to x. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to, we know that the derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Again differentiate with respect to x, so that we get d square y upon dx square, which is equal to minus derivative of sin x is cos x. Then again differentiate with respect to x. Therefore d cube y upon dx cube is equal to, the derivative of cos x is minus sin x. Already we have a minus, so minus into minus will become plus. So this is sin x. So d raised to 1 upon dx raised to n. So for finding dn raised to 1 upon dx raised to n, we need a same pattern. That is, here it is cos, here sin, cos, sin. It is randomly given, that is cos and sin are coming one after the other, so we have to change this sin x to cos x. So we know that sin x can be written as cos pi by 2 plus x. We don't require this minus sign over here. Let us see the trigonometric values. So this is your quadrants, all silver teacups. In the first quadrant, all the values are positive. Second quadrant, sin is positive. Third quadrant, tan is positive. And the fourth quadrant, cos is positive. And this value is pi by 2. This is pi. And this is 3 pi by 2. See, we have pi by 2 plus x. That is the second quadrant. In the second quadrant, what we have, cos is negative. So, negative into negative will become positive. So, this is equal to cos pi by 2 plus x. Okay. So, dy by dx is in terms of cos. Similarly, convert d square y upon dx square. We have minus cos x. We do not require this minus. So, first write minus cos. So this is 1 pi by 2. So this should be 2 pi by 2. 2 pi by 2 plus x. 2 pi by 2 is nothing but pi. Okay, 2 pi by 2 is nothing but pi. Pi means your third quadrant. That is pi plus x. Pi plus x or some theta, that is your third quadrant. In the third quadrant, cos is negative. So already we have a negative, so negative into negative will become positive. So this is cos 2 pi by 2 plus x. So let dy by dx be your equation number 1 and this is your equation number 2. Now see d cube y upon dx cube. We have sin x. We have to convert it into cos. This is 2 pi by 2. Now we need 3 pi by 2. So this is equal to cos 3 pi by 2 plus x. 3 pi by 2 is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant cos is positive. So this is cos 3 pi by 2 plus x. No need to change the sign. So this is equation number 3. Similarly following d raised to ny upon dx raised to n will be cos n pi by 2 plus x. Cos n pi by 2 plus x. So hope you understood how we solve this. So our question was cos x. Cos x is minus sin x. Again d square y upon dx square is minus into derivative of sin x is cos x, that is minus cos x. Again we differentiated a third time. Derivative of cos x was minus sin x into minus, that is sin x. But since we have to follow the pattern given in the question, we have changed sin to cos, cos again to cos, sin again to cos. Okay, we know that cos pi by 2 plus theta is sin theta. Using this formula, we have solved this. Sin x is cos pi by 2 plus x. This is x, so we are taking it as x. To get rid of this minus sign, we have calculated our trigonometric value. Pi by 2, that is our second quadrant. In the second quadrant, cos is negative. So minus into minus will become positive. Similarly, we have to change cos x into cos. Minus cos x into cos. Earlier it was pi by 2. So this will become 2 pi by 2. 2 pi by 2 is nothing but pi. It is in the third quadrant. In the third quadrant cos is negative. So minus into minus is plus. Similarly, for the third derivative, we are going to the fourth quadrant. In the fourth quadrant cos is positive. Just follow the pattern. First 1, then 2, then 3 and n so on. Okay. So here we complete our answer. So hope you understood all the problems solved today. Today we solved 6 questions. Please practice it more for better understanding. In the next video we will solve the remaining 6 questions. That's going to be very easy for you because it is almost based upon the pattern solved today. We'll meet you in the next video. Until then, take care and bye-bye.